everyone knows you don't get these types of bodies by just lifting weight, except Anna. So everyone wants to know, oh, Anna's taken up Strongwoman. What are you eating? Because it's just part of the training. And Anna goes, you don't need to know what I eat. Okay, well, now I'm even more curious.
This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello then. Welcome to us getting caught up with Anna O'Brien, aka Glitter and Lasers, aka Viking Princess Lifts, Spooky Edition. I've got my moon, I got a hat, I have a cat, but you can't see them. If there's some weird camera glitching, I got nothing. It's not a me video unless something is going horribly wrong. And apparently today it's the camera. Who knows? I'm going to chalk it up to OBS because I've never had this issue before, and OBS has now decided that it doesn't like my camera. Because why not? Anyway, onward. One of you pointed out to me that if Anna does indeed have Irish heritage, which I would assume with a name like O'Brien she does, she didn't marry into it, that the island was at one point, she's so crooked. Does she have like one arm longer than the other? Is that the problem? Anyway, my point is that the island was at one point inhabited by the Norse. Therefore, there you have it. So, all right, Anna. All right. All right. So, all right. There's her little painted 45-pound dumbbell. So, there you go. I ate crow. Caw. I need a crow. I need a raven. I actually need a bird. I think I want to do right here. Little tippy point of my hat. Anyhow, enough of that. Thank you to everybody who's supporting this channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's putting up with my phone being the noisiest phone on the planet. Anything else want to go wrong while I'm trying to record? Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? One more thing goes wrong, I'm going home. Anyway, this is, again, Viking Princess Lifts. She says, this might be too niche, but also who cares? I love K-pop demon hunters. You and everyone else on the planet, because suddenly the world discovered K-pop because of an animated movie. I hope spirit magic can be leveraged for sick lifts and not just fighting bad guys. Do the kids still stay sick? Don't worry, I sang a deeply catchy K-pop song before this gym session. I think you're supposed to do it while you're doing it. Also, someone has is that a Jeep truck? I care more about the Jeep truck. Go back. Go back. There we go. Keep going. Keep going. It is a Jeep truck. Oh my God. Look at that. It's beautiful. I can spot those things a mile away. Also is October. If you thought I wouldn't be throwing a few costumey looking gym fits in there, you don't know me that well. We talked about this in my live. I don't care if she wears costumey, like Disney bound-esque outfits. I don't care about that part. As long as she's not like wearing like a full ass costume. I would not wear this hat to the gym. That would be weird. But her wearing a color coordinated outfit to the gym because it makes her feel like she's a K-pop rock star. Cool. Don't care. I do want to point out that she like literally, she starts off with her cropped hoodie down over her belly. And then when she starts to lift, she actually has literally tucked it up to expose her belly. I just want to point that out to everybody. This isn't it rode up. Like, you know, she's lifted and it rode up. This is, she has tucked it. This is tucked up because this is the edge. We know the edge comes to right about here where the waistband is because it's cropped. She has tucked it up into whatever this white part is to purposefully expose her belly. Putting it out there. It's important to her that you see that little strip of her belly. Why would it be that important to you? Why is it important to you, Anna, that we see your belly? You're just lifting. Who cares? Another thing I have a question about. Like, look how much she has tucked that up just to make sure that you see her belly while she's lifting. You showing off for your coach? Is this is this really proper form? Is she really supposed to be bent so far back like that? I don't know. I don't do this, so I don't know. But are you really supposed to be like a C? I just it seems painful. But anyway, somebody let me know. I don't lift like this, so I don't know. And then I did actually want to watch this because I've watched this guy a few times. This is Delta, yeah, Delta Bullock. I watch him on YouTube. He does a lot of little videos like this just to basically show you how to do your form best. I've actually used him more than once to kind of correct my own form at the gym, and I got complimented on my squat form because of it. So that and Ilona taught me how to squat by watching videos. So I'm just saying it can happen. But anyway, I thought this was a really interesting video to watch. So, because I was like, hey, is Anna's form shit? I guess we'll never know. There we go. This is the perfect barbell overhead press. Now, granted, he doesn't have weight on his bar, but compare that to Anna. So, no, her form is shit. Gains slow down the blessing of being noob. It's not how you use that. Also, I always find that one painted 45 in the gym for extra motivation makes me think I should get my own set and paint them. Then I can be like, oh, those hot pink glitter plates are mine. Trust me, no one else will use them. I brought them from home. You know, actually, probably they'd get used more than you would think. Probably. Most people would probably use them unironically. Is that common though? Do people bring their own plates from home at these kind of gyms? Is that a thing people do? Like, do they bring plates to keep at the gym? God, she's so wobbly. Look how wobbly she is. Should she be doing 45 pounds? She's only been doing this for like, I want to say 3 months at this point. I have never noticed how wobbly she is. She just wobbles. She just wobbles. It's so weird. I've never seen anybody wobble like that. And it's not just her arms, like her whole body wobbles from side to side when she lifts. Where was I going with this? Anyway, do people tend to bring personal plates to the gym and then like leave them at the gym or something? I don't know. Is that a thing? I've never seen it happen, but I go to Planet Fitness. You wouldn't store personal stuff there like that. Another thing I've noticed is like her arms are very crooked. Like, see, she lifts there. This arm seems to be the stronger of the two. Oh, never mind. She's definitely that one in general. She just is weak through, but that's fine. Anyhow, this one is really fun. First Strongman Saturday was a big success. I love this community. I love this gym. I love this feeling that lifting heavy gives me. I mean, we're getting there. Wait. There's no sound. Hang on.
Ready for the gym because I'm going to my first Strongman Saturday. Well, I've added this into my additional training and I've started doing my regular training during the week.
I've added this to my additional training and I've started doing my regular training during the week. I am confused because it was my understanding that she was doing 2 days of just what we just saw her doing. I want to say she's doing that Monday and Wednesday, and then on Friday she was doing the strongman training where she was actually learning to do the things that you would do at strongman competition, like the yoke carry and the stones and the lifting stuff that is specific to the competitions. I thought she was doing that on Friday. So is she now doing 3 days of just regular gym lifting stuff. And on Saturdays, she's just doing competition training specific stuff.
We're just warming up.
The log. She's really into the log. Is she really into the log because she likes the log, or is she really into the log because her trainer, Cybernetic Strongman, has mentioned on his TikTok that he really loves the log? Like, that's his baby. He has mentioned that that is something that he was really into. That's an angle. Who is that angle for? What? Who is that shot for? Why would you leave that in? Like, there are so many angles and so many shots that she has in her videos that I'm just like, who is that for? Because they don't make sense unless they're there for a certain reason. And like, why is that there? You edited that and saw yourself looking like that, and you weren't like, oh, maybe not that one, right?
I do not look like a snack right now. I look like soggy bread.
There's nothing wrong with that. She's in the gym. She's sweating the hell. She says, I don't look like a snack right now. I look like soggy bread. No shit. You're in the gym. You're sweating. That's cool. I don't have a problem with that. It was the other image where she's got one of her fat rolls hanging out. What was the point of that? I totally get the point of, guys, look how hard I'm working and I'm dripping sweat. Also, Anna sweats. She's always sweat. That's just something about Anna that it's a constant. We know that about Anna. So that's not even a weird clip. So like, I don't care about that one. It's the weird one where she's purposefully walking away from the camera and she's got like one of her back rolls just hanging out. What is that? But also, why, when she was doing her overhead press, her standing lift thing, why did she go out of her way to tuck her already crop top up into, I'm guessing, her sports bra, specifically to expose her belly? It's already cropped. If you just extend your arms over your head, your belly is going to be exposed. But apparently it wasn't exposing enough. So she tucked it up so that it would expose more. What are we doing? Anyway, I just wonder how many of these people know that she was recording them. Some of them clearly know she's recording them, and they do look like, these clips, they do look like she's having a lot of fun. So, like, from here on out, it does look like a lot of fun.
Haven't cried in the gym? Have you gone to the gym? Yep. The elite few.
Why? I don't get this. Someone explain this to me. I don't know why we're doing it. There's clearly a reason for it. Why is there a master lock on this bar? I don't get it.
Strong men. Yes, girl. Oh, yeah.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Kick those little feet.
See, like, he didn't know he was being recorded until he looked over and saw her. Why is he kicking his feet, though? What is he doing? He's doing it for a reason. I just don't know why.
Oh, yeah, baby.
See, he's like, yeah, this dude. What is this red plate? Because he's got a lot here. He's got a lot going on here. I just want to know. I need to know what this red plate is, because it looks like he's got at least like 4 45s and then this little guy. And then just, this little dude. Because, it felt like being there. It's like, I don't know, it just cracks me up. All the big plates. And then this tiny one, just for good measure. It's like when you see in a cartoon, it's got all this huge pile, and then they come over and they put like the littlest, teeniest, tiny little thing on the top, and then it all crumbles down.
Oh, hell yeah! Strongman Saturday
Sorry.
is like definitely a workout, but it's also just so much fun. I am dressed and ready.
I think she looked like she was having fun. I hope this continues to be fun for her. I hope she falls deeply, madly, truly, truly, madly, deeply in love with this. I hope she realizes that the best way to continue to be a strong woman is to clean up her eating and clean up her lifestyle and to, you know, continue to just crush goals like this. She put a video up on one of her Instagrams where it said something like, love watching other women crush their weight goals by lifting, not by losing, or something stupid like that. And it was just all these women. The women weren't stupid. It was just the thing that she said was stupid. But it's all these women who are like lifting really heavy. They're like other women at strong woman competitions. And it's like the thing that she is completely missing is that every single one of these women that she had in her video are like half to a fourth of her, or to a third her size. None of these women were small, but they're not fat. They're not super morbidly obese. They're all very muscular. Like, some of them were just straight ripped women. I mean, these are not small women by any stretch, but they're not Anna. And she's already clearly comparing herself as she clearly sees herself there. And it's just like, cool. We all need inspo. Don't get me wrong, especially in this kind of a thing. Like, you need your inspo, but like, you're not these women. Like, you're not even that chick from the beginning. Sorry, that woman from the beginning here, where of this video, right? And I feel like there's a massive disconnect that's occurring, and that's my problem. I'm afraid that disconnect is occurring, and Anna's gonna plateau because she's already put a video out about plateauing, and I'm afraid she's gonna plateau, and she's gonna get frustrated, and she's gonna quit. That's my fear, because she's not changing. Her body is not changing because she's clearly not cleaned up her eating. And because of that, she's not going to improve. I don't know. But I want her to, is my thing. I want her to do well. I want her to fall in love with this. I want her to do well. 40 is not that old. I know everybody's like, oh my God, 40, you're going to die. Somebody was going on about Taylor Swift being 35, and it was in Rosie's chat. They were talking about how Taylor Swift is 35, you guys. Oh my gosh, she's so old. How could she be putting out her album at this age? And man, I'm like, she's 35. Chill the fuck out. I haven't listened to her album. I'm not a Swiftie at all, but she's 35. Chill the fuck out. Anna's 40, 41 now. She's going to be 41 this year, I think. Everybody's corrected me on that. 42 is much cooler than 41, by the way, so I was being nice. Anyway, my point is, this is a great time. All right? Like, I'm here for this. 40 is the perfect time for a glow up. Kill it, man. But I'm just afraid that she's not. I'm just afraid she's going to, like, half-ass it like she does a lot of the things she does, and then this is going to be it. She's going to get to the competition in March of 2026, and then we'll never hear about it again.
I've definitely been humbled. Yesterday.
This is weird. She says, you know, you win some, you lose some. Some days you have a great day in the gym, and some days you fall over while carrying like 270 pounds and have a massage table fall on top of you. LOL. This is from 2 days ago, which would have been 2 days ago. Thanks, TikTok. Today is October the 8th, so I guess 2 days ago would have been October the 6th. The word I can't say. This one bothers me because it tells me that her range of motion, not the word I'm looking for, is still incredibly bad. And she's never really been able to like bend her legs very well. She got told that during the Run Lab era, that she doesn't bend her legs. She got told that during Run Lab. And she's mobility. There we go. And she talks a lot about how her lipedema has stolen her mobility. She didn't have mobility to begin with. And I don't really see her mobility improving with post lipedema surgery. we've seen a lot of her hiking videos. I've not really seen her mobility improve. And this story here that she's getting ready to tell us about how she, not so much the lifting, though I am curious what she did, because she does say she's the reason she fell over because she did something she shouldn't have done. She doesn't elaborate, but getting on and off of the massage table to the point where the table fell over on her, that to me sounds like there's a massive mobility issue happening, and I would just I'm kind of surprised it hasn't happened before, and B, it just kind of reinforces that her mobility is not good. So
I was lifting some weights and I fell over. And, you know, I didn't think a big deal of it at the time. I was doing something wrong. I should have been doing it right. Me falling over felt like what should have happened. But later in the day, I went for my MLD massage and I got on the table, had my massage. I fell asleep, which is not super common for me. And at the end of the massage, I was getting off the table and I fell off the table and then the table fell on me. I don't know how it happened. I then, using the adrenaline in my body, lifted the table off my bare naked body because, of course, I just had a massage.
bare naked lady.
Threw on my clothes and drove home, and I was like, just embarrassed. I was just embarrassed. But I felt fine, right? I didn't feel like anything was wrong. Until today when I woke up. My body hurts. I don't think it's anything serious. Hopefully not anything serious, but I feel like I have been run over with a massage table. So, yeah, I was feeling so great yesterday, and today, you know, not the same, but for a good reason, because I had a massage table fall on me and because I fell over with a bunch of weights. Like, it makes sense. And here I was so silly and stupid last night being like, I'm fine. I'm not fine. I just had a lot of adrenaline in my body.
This is apparently the fall that Anna was talking about, the day that she was going on about having the massage table fall on top of her. I was actually wondering if this was what she was talking about, because I was like, what would she possibly have fallen while doing? So this would have been the day, the same Sunday that she was like, just going off of the outfit, which is usually how you have to put Anna's timeline together, is what outfit she's wearing. So this would have been the Saturday that she was like, Strongman Saturday that she went to. But this looks like this is the fall that she was talking about. Woof, that looked bad. But in her video, we see that part. We see her finishing and putting the stuff down. But this, they just get tangled up and she falls over. So here she picks it up. Her feet she looks like she just trips over her feet. Yeah, she just trips over her feet. No? Maybe not. She's doing like a catwalk thing. Yeah, there she goes. I'm just trying to figure out exactly why she falls here. Is it because of how she's not carrying them parallel to her body? She's kind of carrying them turned in a little bit here. Her coach is totally not even watching. Let's see how they kind of come forward and they kind of clank together in front. And that seems to be about when she loses it. Yeah. And then she tries to overcorrect. And then she just goes down. Oof. Yeah. Okay. So that appears to be the fall she was talking about. I would imagine she probably does hurt after that. So I feel like this can get chalked up with the whole mysterious inflammation stories that she's had, even though she claims her health is so much better, you guys. She's already had. I feel like she's had 2 inflammation episodes, but I definitely know she's had 1. Um, but I feel like this can get thrown into that category as well because her body is in pain. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure falling over with an extra 270 pounds and then also like having a whole ass massage table fall on top of you is probably unpleasant. But we also know that she eats ibuprofen like candy, so she must be in a lot of pain. I don't know.
My goal for Strongman is pretty simple. I want to be the strongest person that ever lived in the world.
He is so fucking done with her. He is so fucking done. I'm assuming John's here. I don't get the reference. I'm sorry. What's the point of dreaming if you don't dream big? Obviously, I'm not going to beat out Bjornsson, but it's fun to believe in impossible things. Is that a Witcher reference? I don't know. I was talking about his body language in a different video. I hope it's not the video that got deleted. Anyway, because I feel like I've done this before and I don't remember which videos didn't get done. Oh well, we'll find out. His body language towards her is very receptive in that I think he's okay being her coach, but anytime she's talking about anything anytime she's talking that we've seen, he has this face. He's really done with her. But yet he still makes these like really cringy TikToks. Like that TikTok where he's like dancing with the bar, and there's another one where it's oops, I accidentally killed a man. So he'll still make these weird cringy TikToks with her. But yet you can tell from this and the other video where he's just done talking. He's just done with her. Unless it has to do with her training. And then he seems to be fairly receptive. The few times he's in a video where she's actually lifting and she's actually training, his body language is very focused.
Sure.
My goal for gym.
Let me know if you want to see more gym fit checks. I love showing up colorfully in the gym. No shit. Because it's my happy place. Uh-huh.
Fit check. Okay, the shirt is from Kinda Fit, Kinda Fat. It's K-pop Demon Hunter themed, which I'm obsessed. But that is why I have the bobbles right there. We've got a backpack, fanny pack from Okoyobi. The leggings are from Athleta, and the shoes are Noble that I custom painted rainbow. I'm happy in the gym, and you should be happy in the gym.
Is that going to be the new catchphrase? I'm happy in the gym. You're happy in the gym. Just the way I like it. What was her other one? I'm Anna, and I have lipedema. What have been some of her other catchphrases over the years? Yeah, so she's like added everybody here. Great. I guess the guy from Kinda Fit, Kinda Fat lives in her building. Assuming it decides to play. She says, fun fact, you don't have to live up to other people's standards. Chasing everyone else's expectations only takes your focus away from achieving the things you want in life. If you waste your time trying to become what someone else wants you to be, you'll never fully be the person you want to be. And his language here is it's closed off, but it's not. Like, you can see that his toes, like, he's forward facing her, his feet and everything are facing her, but he's got his arms crossed. He's His facial features are very guarded, right? He's not into whatever the fuck they're talking about, but he's open enough to her. So my guess is that as long as she's training, as long as she's doing what she's there to do, he's there for it. But as soon as she starts talking about the bullshit she's getting ready to talk about, I think that's when he's done with it. I don't know what that was, and I apologize. But here's the actual video.
Is I'm simultaneously being shamed for losing weight and for still being too fat. So, you know.
Watching him try to keep his facial expressions guarded while she's talking is like a masterclass in not giving away that you don't give a shit. It's just like, watch his face while she talks. I'm just gonna replay it and just keep an eye on his, and she doesn't even care. She's not even looking at his face. But watch his face and just how much it starts to change, and then he catches himself, and then it starts to change again, and he catches himself. Just watch.
That's like weird thing right now. Is I'm simultaneously being shamed for losing weight and for still being too fat. So, you know what? I can't win.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I've stopped trying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's like
Pick up the fucking weight. Someone here says, really? Oh, here we go. Never mind. Chrissy Strong says, really? And Anna replies back, yep, some people think I'm let them down by losing weight, and others think I haven't lost weight fast enough. It's weird that people even care enough to have an opinion. I wish people could just see how happy I am, be satisfied with that. Here's the deal. I think I've already gone over this once, but I'm going to say it again. Anna talks about things on her public platforms that cause people to ask questions. And then, like, really? And then refuses to answer those questions, which only further makes people want to ask more questions, because why won't you answer the question? Because the questions aren't difficult. Like, what's your diet look like? I get that she's a fat girl on the internet, but she brings it up. And then she won't answer the question about it. It is not an uncommon question to ask anybody, male or female, who's in strong person's training. I don't want to say strong man, but, you know, whatever. Bodybuilding, physique, those kind of things. It is not an uncommon question to ask them, what do you eat? Because diet is integral to these kinds of sports. Everyone knows you don't get these types of bodies by just lifting weight, except Anna. So everyone wants to know, oh, Anna's taken up Strongwoman. What are you eating? Because it's just part of the training. And Anna goes, you don't need to know what I eat. Okay, well, now I'm even more curious, because you've been doing this for 3-ish months at this point. You haven't lost weight. I don't feel like she's gained any, but she hasn't lost any. And then she makes some ridiculous fucking post about how her inflammation post about how her body is recomping, and her doctors, whoever those people may be, think it's because she's losing fat and gaining muscle, which is not something you do. But Anna's special, so maybe Anna's super special body can do that with her super special, mystical, magical obesity genes. Maybe that makes it possible for her to do that. But she puts that post out, and of course everybody wants to know, what the fuck are you eating? 3 months of going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, right? A minimum of 3 times a week, max 4, because now you've got a Saturday class you're going to. And you're working out so hard that you're triggering inflammation. What are you eating? It's just a question. And she will not answer it, knowing it's a question people are going to ask. I don't really think people are shaming her one way or the other. I'm sure there's people in fat acceptance who are like, oh my God, you're betraying fat people everywhere. But that's because they would say that about anyone, because they're so insecure about themselves that they'll attack anyone who loses weight. Literally anyone who loses weight. It has nothing to do with Anna. And I'm sure there are people who are, you know, in the community here who are just like, oh my God, you're not losing weight at all. Rah! Because, again, people on the internet. But for the most part, people in the Glitterverse just want to know, what the fuck are you eating? Because your body's not changing, but you're going to the gym. You know, if you're going to the gym 4 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week, you've been doing this for at least 2.5 months at this point, going on 3 months, there should be some change. You're lifting heavier and heavier. Like, we can see that in these videos. Her form has gotten somewhat, her form has changed. Let me put it that way. I don't know if it's necessarily better because I don't know, but her form has changed. I can see that with my own eyes, right? So, shouldn't we be seeing some kind of improvement? Question mark? And according to her, on the days she's not in the gym, she's doing active rest, which she said was going to be things like hiking or running. So we should be seeing something. She claims her body's recomping, which typically means like it's like literally changing. Where's the change? If your body's not changing and you're doing this much physical activity, it means you're out eating the change. Oh, by the way, supposedly she's on a GLP-1. I don't remember which one, but she mentioned that she was going to go back on one to treat her inflammation. So what's going on? That's all people want to know. We remember the shit that you say. We remember that you said you were going to go back on a GLP-1. We know what GLP-1s do. You've had 4 fucking surgeries that have sucked fat off of your body. You're supposedly going to the gym 3 days out of the week for 2.5 months now. You're claiming your body's recomping. What the fuck are you eating? Like, it's a natural question. It's not shame for if you are or aren't losing weight. Nothing is changing. What are you eating? That's just a natural question, Anna. Either stop claiming that you are changing because you're not, or answer the damn question. It's just that simple. Anyway, there, in that vein, I want to go to her Instagram real quick because there is one post there that I do want to talk about real quick. All right, this is Anna's Taylor Swift inspired lingerie. I guess it's a nice outfit. All right, I think she did a good job on it. It looks fine. Oh, she's wearing compression. The colors look nice. The construction looks nice. Granted, she started with a piece and she just embellished it. Cool beans. I don't care. I think it looks nice. I'm not coming for her for it at all. It would be nice if she didn't have like jiggly bits hanging out. But whatever. It's Anna now. This is the new Anna. This is the baddie of the new Anna now. So whatever. Weird that it's only hanging out on the one side and not the other, though. That's strange. Like, I don't want to talk about it. That's not why we're here. We're here to talk about this post that goes along with this. She says, "This week has been my busiest since surgery, and I survived." I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to know what the hell she does. How is it busy? What makes her week busy? I would love to have, like, a schedule. I would just like to see her schedule. That's really all it is. I'm not... Of the girls, Anna is the most active, probably the actual most busiest. That's a word. But in the end, what the fuck do you do? I would just like to know. You go to the gym 3 times a week, sometimes 4 times a week. I know you go and get a massage every once in a while. What else do you do? Like, what, you record a podcast. Okay. I just want to know. She says, I survived. I am in one piece. I'm okay. You're so dramatic. I keep waiting for my body to give out on me. You mean like your mysterious inflammation and falling off of a massage table and not being able to move and falling over while holding weight? It sounds like your body's giving out on you. I keep waiting for the pain, the fatigue, the anxiety, the breathing issues. We can go into all of that. Honestly, Chikura pointed all of that out when she went over this. Nothing. Every step of the way, I wondered if maybe this was too much. We can argue. Maybe I shouldn't. The crazy part about managing a chronic illness. Which one? Is you have to simultaneously protect yourself and push yourself. It's never simple. Anna and her illnesses. I'm going to assume she's talking about lipedema. I'm going to assume she's talking about lipedema because otherwise I have no idea what she's talking about. And neither do you. I suspect neither does she. Anna has mystery illnesses. And she doesn't elaborate. And I think the reason she does that is because if she were to be more specific about things, A, people who actually have these illnesses tend to come after her, and B, she gets held accountable. Like when she was claiming she had EDS, people with EDS actually were like, the fuck are you talking about? And then now she doesn't suddenly have EDS anymore, magically. And now the community is like, hey, what happened to the EDS diagnosis? Same kind of thing is happening with her. Anna has Hashimoto's, or had Hashimoto's. That took me way too long to remember. I apologize. Anyway, the point is, she doesn't talk about that much anymore. Like, ever. I don't know why I'm on this one. We need to be here. There we go. She doesn't talk about her Hashimoto's, like, ever anymore. But she was, at one point, taking medication for it. So it's like one of the few things I can say with some certainty that she's actually been diagnosed with. That and her lipedema. Like, those are 2 things that I know she's been diagnosed with. Everything else is just kind of like, Anna says she has it? Question mark? It's very Amberlynn coded. Anyway, let's see. I feel... Oh, and so going back to her chronic illnesses. When she says this shit, you never know what she's talking about. Like earlier in the year, she was trying to like add herself to the Spoonie community. And I put that in quotes only because like, I don't even think Anna knew what the fuck she was talking about, to be honest with you. And people who are actually part of that community did not appreciate it. And she quit real fast, trying to associate herself with the Spoonie community. If you know what it is, you know what it is. And if you don't, I just type in Spoonie community or spoons and you'll find information on the internet about it. But yeah, and you'll also find out why people didn't appreciate her just trying to like lump herself into that. Anyway, let's see. I feel like a broken record talking about this all the time. I wonder if it bugs you, y'all. She's from Ohio. To be so sunshines and rainbows about life. First off, Anna's the queen of toxic positivity. So yeah, it does. Secondly, you're one of the most negative people. You're very Midwest. Midwest folk, if we ain't bitching about something, we're not happy. Okay? It's just like, it doesn't hit my radar because I'm so used to it. But it does kind of dawn on me the last few times I've covered Anna, because like her level of like bitchery just kind of dawned on me. I'm like, it doesn't seem weird to me because I grew up this way. But I can see how people from the outside can see how Anna's just constantly complaining about shit, because she is. But it's so Midwest. We ain't bitching about something, we ain't happy. And we'll find something. It's just it's just one of those things that we do. But then for her to be like, I'm so sunshines and rainbows about life. In your head, maybe? I guess? But not really. Anyway, I spent an entire year in so much darkness, going through surgeries back to back. Because you wanted to. Being mercilessly ripped to shreds simply for treating a very real and painful medical condition. She's talking about her lipedema surgeries, and she's talking about the pushback that she got from very publicly going through these surgeries, and so very desperately trying to rebrand herself as a lipedema warrior. And it didn't work. And we know it didn't work because she has dropped that title. She's now rebranding herself as Viking Princess Lifts, to the point where she's created an entirely new everything for it. She barely talks about the podcast that she created, Medical Mysteries, to kind of go along with her lipedema warrior bullshit. And the community, and I will give Colin Mockery the majority of the credit for this, because he really did the lion's share of the lifting on this one. But he really dug in deep to find out what the fuck lipedema was, how everyone except the US actually treats it, and then figured out that here in the US, our standards of treatment for lipedema are fucking bizarre. Hence why we have Anna. And so she got a lot of pushback for her medical misinformation around lipedema, her medical misinformation around the treatment that she was receiving, and just in general, her lack of knowledge about what she was doing, and then how she is in no way, or was in no way, ready for the liposuction stage of lipedema treatment. She hadn't done any of the preventative care, any of the preventative maintenance. She hadn't done any of the weight loss. And according to the international standards, she should not have been a candidate for liposuction, because it would have caused many side effects in the long run, almost all of which we are seeing Anna go through. Literally almost all of which we are seeing Anna go through now. So that was predicted, and Anna is like a perfect case study as to why the international standards say patients like Anna should not go through liposuction until after they have done the weight loss to get to the liposuction. Not that you shouldn't use liposuction, just that Anna was not a candidate at the time, and still is not a candidate for liposuction for lipedema treatment. Anyway, let's see. Being trapped inside and unable to do a lot of things, that was because of her surgeries, and she did not recover well from at least the last one, if not two surgeries, surgery 3 and 4. She did not recover. She didn't heal properly from it. And you can see kind of the results of her third surgery. When she puts her arms up, you can still see the brachioplasty scars. I think it's brachioplasty. But you can see the scarring on her arms, and it's not great. Those are that's scarring from her arm surgery. They're not supposed to look like that. They're supposed to be invisible. That was the whole point of this. Those scars are supposed to be effectively invisible, and they're anything but. So the last two surgeries she had, basically, she did not heal well from at all. And then she says, and all while dealing with massive hormonal changes as a result. The hormonal changes, I was saying, 40 is not the end of the world, but especially for women for obese women, 40 tends to be around the time where we start going through premenopause just because of our size. And Anna definitely has that. And then on top of it, Anna had a lot of fat sucked off of her through liposuction. Fat is hormonally active, it produces estrogen. And so when all of that estrogen producing fat got sucked out of her system all at once, it did cause hormonal imbalances. This is apparently something her doctors didn't tell her was going to happen. Good job, doctors. And so she apparently was unprepared for this hormonal imbalance that was going to occur. I don't know what they could have done to prevent it. I don't know if there really was anything that could have been done to prevent it, but they could have at least warned her so she could have been prepared mentally for it. But apparently they did not. So A+ job. Another A+ job by her doctors. Doctors. They're all doctors. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, she says, it was a lot. Let me be clear. I have no regrets. Are you sure? It was darkness I needed to go through to be able to live in the light today. Okay. Whatever you gotta tell yourself, man. While so much is good today, it's still very overwhelming. Things can be both beautiful and ugly. Beautiful because I can see my life organically evolving into the best it's ever been. Okay. I mean, does she seem to have a better quality of life now than she did before? I guess before what is the question. I would say, to be honest with you guys, because I've gone over her old blog, and again, a project I need to finish. She does seem today to have more financial freedom, more financial opportunities, more life opportunities, and more business opportunities and creative opportunities than she did back when she started that blog. And that was back in 2012, give or take. So I would say in that aspect, yes, she does seem to be doing better. I don't know if I can't speak for her mental. I can't speak for her mental state. I can't speak for her emotional state. Socially, she doesn't seem to be as social. She doesn't seem to have as many friends around her as she appeared to have back then. And so that doesn't seem to be it. Physically, she definitely doesn't seem to be as well off physically as she did back in the day, back in 2012. So, but she's also older, but her mobility is definitely way worse than it ever was back then. So, I don't know. It's a mixed bag, I guess is where I'm going with that. Organically evolving to the best. And ugly because looking back, I see all the things I gave up because, quote, I didn't have time. I have no idea what she's talking about. It was all my brain's way of coping with the fact that It was all my brain's way of coping with the fact I couldn't. My body was no longer capable. When was it ever? I can never get those years back, but I promise to make the best of the ones to come. Again, she's still in her early 40s. She's 40 now. She's going to be 41 this month. You're not dead. I need people to stop. You're barely middle-aged. Barely middle-aged. Don't get me wrong. I guess when you're not expecting to see 60, I guess it is a little intimidating, but you could probably fix it. Probably. I don't know. If this is a bit word vomity, I get it. I need to catch up on sleep. Well, you should go do that. I am just feeling this so deeply right now that I feel the urge to share. Well, thank you. For those of you going through similar darkness, the light on the other side is so worth it. It's the train. Get off the track. Just saying. So there's that. Whenever she makes these posts, I don't know what to call these posts. They always just kind of like irritate me, I guess, because it's like she's trying to, it's not even like inspirational. Maybe they are supposed to be inspirational. It's like she's trying to convince herself of stuff by convincing everyone else. And this is also very, very much part of her cycle. Sam at Every Size nailed down Anna's cycle quite well. And this would be definitely the off-platform posting, because this is Instagram and Anna's main platform is TikTok. Though I will say, when she posts on Viking Princess Lifts, on her Viking Princess Lifts TikTok, I would qualify that as off-platform posting only because it's not her main TikTok. But anyway, but typically she runs to her smaller audience, her smaller social media audience, which is Instagram, to like vent. A lot of times she'll come here to scold the audience basically for not supporting her, or to clarify misconceptions about things. This stage that we're in right now typically is the one that comes right before some kind of like ragey tell-all that she'll do, where we typically start to get the actual truth of whatever is going on. Normally when that stage comes up, we start to find out what she's had paid for, where she's getting her kickbacks, you know, where the lies have been, because she's been lying. So we'll find out what little white lies she's been telling, what she's been covering up. She usually, in that time, she's usually like, you guys have no idea how hard it's been for me. I've just been putting on a smiling face and pushing through the pain. Usually that's how those go. And then she'll say something like, I've been on whatever, and I've been getting free this, that, and something else, but what does it matter? And it's like, it matters a lot, actually, because usually you're lying to your audience while doing those things and pretending like you're not doing those things while lying to your audience about it. But we're not there yet. This is the stage before that. So just, you know, keep an eye out for this to progress as we go. This is Anna learning to do the worm. You're going to watch this. I had to watch it. You're going to watch it.
The move didn't caught me off guard. Did it look good?
No.
Here we go. Okay, that's it for today. I just saw the video. I am so freaking close.
Okay. Apparently, back when she learned that the healing powers of the worm releases fluid from her swollen leg that she didn't have before she had her third surgery, I'm sorry. The worm, she decided she was going to learn how to do the worm for real. Here we go. We're really close. You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great. I do like her shirt, though. I do like the Scorpio shirt. She is a Scorpio. I've mentioned that more than once because we share a birthday. Well, I just went to the Reddit that shall not be named to just check and make sure there's nothing there that I wanted to go over. There's some stuff, but what I did find, apparently there was a story on Viking Princess Lifts. Again, I'm bad at these stories, which is why I go to the Reddit. This is apparently the fall that Anna was talking about, the day that she was going on about having the massage table fall on top of her. I was actually wondering if this was what she was talking about, because I was like, what would she possibly have fallen while doing? So this would have been the day, the same Sunday that she was like, just going off of the outfit, which is usually how you have to put Anna's timeline together, is what outfit she's wearing. So this would have been the Saturday that she was like, Strongman Saturday that she went to. But this looks like this is the fall that she was talking about. Woof, that looked bad. But in her video, we see that part. We see her finishing and putting the stuff down. But this, they just get tangled up and she falls over. So here she picks it up. Her feet she looks like she just trips over her feet. Yeah, she just trips over her feet. No? Maybe not. She's doing like a catwalk thing. Yeah, there she goes. I'm just trying to figure out exactly why she falls here. Is it because of how she's not carrying them parallel to her body? She's kind of carrying them turned in a little bit here. Her coach is totally not even watching. Let's see how they kind of come forward and they kind of clank together in front. And that seems to be about when she loses it. Yeah. And then she tries to overcorrect. And then she just goes down. Oof. Yeah. Okay. So that appears to be the fall she was talking about. I would imagine she probably does hurt after that. So there's that. This one, I'm not going to readjust the screen, but this is Anna claiming that she says, the moment you realize, this is Anna saying, the moment you realize that that shirt used to be skin tight on you is now kind of loose. This is her in June of this year, and this is her, well, as of today, I guess. It's the same shirt. It's the same looseness. I don't know what she's talking about, which I don't think anybody knows what she's talking about, but this is what I'm talking about. Anna, nothing's changing. What are you talking about? When was this skin tight on you? You know, I don't remember this shirt ever being skin tight on you. But, I mean, if it helps you to be delusional and lie to your audience about it, cool, I guess. Whatever. This is another little story on her Viking Princess Lifts where, you know, she gets pissy that people want to know what she's eating, but then she posts these pictures of her going to Nando's after she works out and eating Nando's, which is a chicken place if you're not aware. Now, I guess she could just be eating the sandwich, but I mean, it's still a fried chicken sandwich from Nando's. Or, you know, it's just like, is that really what you should be eating after? Is this what you should be eating to try to get muscle gain? Or is this what you should be eating to not get muscle gain? I guess is where I'm going with this. All right, anyway, we are done. If you have made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a pumpkin, because I'm thinking of orange things. Go ahead and put a pumpkin down in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think down below. I think we are currently caught up with everything I want to talk about as far as glitter and lasers is going. I mean, like I said, I hope she keeps going. I wish she'd quit eating Nando's. I wish she'd actually learn what you need to eat in order to actually get the mad gains or the sick gains she wants to get in the gym. I don't think she wants to eat that kind of food though, because it's not Nando's, I guess is where I'm going with that. But anyway, so yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Please use timestamps because I will forget between now and then what the hell I said. And that's pretty much all I've got for you guys. I think I said what I'm going to say, where I'm going to say it. And thank you to everybody who's been supporting my channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. And yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. So I will see everybody in the next one.
This
Bye.
is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.